And we're back for part two, and thank you for joining me again. And I just would like to point out, as I saw on Facebook, this Friday, May 16th, is the 48th anniversary of the release of Pet Sounds. So, happy Pet Sounds Day to you all whenever you see this. If you see it today on Wednesday or tomorrow, whenever, um, go listen to Pet Sounds, vinyl, CD, DVD, audio, whatever you have. Go read about it in the books. There's a couple books on it. Go listen to it on whatever you have. So, anyway, moving on. Um, I was going to mention what I was doing with my filing system here. Uh, See, I have all these plastic sheets here, which I used formerly in college for something, and I usually they're like one piece of paper sheet type things, and so I've kind of combined some things to put in binders, and so here we have printouts like here's the ones that got away. These are the albums that Andrew G. Doe put together, unreleased albums. So I printed those off a long time ago. Here's stuff from beachboys.com, which is a great resource. I love that place. I printed off each of the pretty much almost everything from bootleg, or excuse me, rarities to videos to books, and then just random album information everywhere. Here's like the SOT Sea of Tunes, like track listings and notes. And so I'm kind of combining all those together and, putting them in separate binders. And so I'm kind of filling those in. So I just thought I'd let you guys in on what's going on there. And perhaps we could move on to, perhaps we could, explore those one day. Some of the older things that aren't online anymore. So anyway, we were past the recording engineering. Just discussing what's on the disc, and so we have on disc 2, more chronological order. You have Caroline No, and basically most all the tracks are highlights from the tracking day, and then you have the stereo backing. That's usually what's going to happen. And then this Don't Talk, this is great. Brian's instrumental demo. This is the piano demo you hear on some of the different documentaries that are going around. Like, I think either Endless Harmony or the Pet Sounds documentary used the piano backing. Then here's the stereo backing track that you hear without vocals. And then the string overdub. Just the violins. Oh, it's beautiful. It's great. That's Not Me begins with a little bit of piano, and I'm not sure if that's totally That's Not Me, but it's kind of hard to tell. I'm not good at telling those types of things. Of course, I mentioned we have good vibrations, and so this is just highlights from the very first track that they made, the Tony Asher one. And then you have the backing track, and more interesting highlights from the sessions. What's really awesome about these sessions is you have Brian conducting, which I love just hearing him and the Wrecking Crew talk and whoever was there, Chuck, whomever. And then you have somebody, oh, do we need to play this? And then you have, okay, I just want to hear the horns, and you hear just the horn part of Here Today or something. And it's just really a really unique way to listen. I used to be in band in high school, and I used to, when we would play, and then my band teacher would have like, okay, I just want to hear the woodwinds, the flutes and the clarinets and the saxes. I felt like I was in session work. It was awesome. I'm not that good, but I just, that kind of thing. So, disc 2 actually has a hidden, I think like 2 hidden tracks at the end. I think they're right after Here Today. Like, I don't think you can click towards them though. You have to listen to the last track of Here Today. It's right after it. Disc 3 is the Stacco vocals, which is awesome. And then you have alternative versions of, you have, promotions for Caroline No. And then I read where David Leaf was saying that we tried to present an alternative Beach Boys album, whether mostly it'd be through vocals. And so, see, That's Not Me wasn't on there. So they didn't really have an alternative version to put on there. Of course, Pet Sounds and Let's Go Away for a While is not going to be on there because there's no alternative versions. They already presented those, actually. So you have some really great stuff, and it ends with the original speed mono mix of Brian doing Caroline No, which is slightly different. His father, Murray, told him, you need to speed up this vocal and then you'll sound younger. And so it's mind blowing when you hear it. And then they have the bonus disc of the mono remix, so that's pretty cool too. And you have the lyrics, which are easily obtained online today, but back then in '97, not everybody got on the internet. More pictures of sleeves. Here you have some Beach Boys newsletters and such. And I'd like to point out in the Summer Quarterly, great one. Look those guys up. Don't know if everything else is still out there, but. And you have some more credits. There's Brian and Melinda at the time, and more clippings and a great picture of the guys. So I always love this picture. It's like Brian's got a secret and he told everybody. So moving on to the disc, just real quick, you have the paper sleeve of, this is just a mono. So it really looks much like the pre-releases that were the stereo mono of the 60s albums that they released with Sunflower and Surf's Up a couple years ago. Then quickly, this is the jewel case of the 3 discs. So it's great. You have the album, the reel to reels here. That's what you're listening to. So that's what you're seeing. And then more of the same what we've looked at earlier. Love the way that looks. And I'm not going to go through this a whole lot. You need to get this, honestly, because this is 2 great booklets. This booklet I took on vacation one time. Great interviews, and it's divided up by like Brian, and I think Carl and maybe Tony Asher. And Brian actually goes, track by track and gives some notes on each of them. And they're interviewed. And then it goes through Wrecking Crew folks, Carol Kay, Hal Blaine and Ray Pullman and everybody. Yeah, there's Tony Asher. And then you have observers like Audrey Wilson, I think, I may not be sure, or Marilyn, George Martin is on there. Marilyn Wilson, Brian's wife, former wife. And then Danny Hutton was also there to observe. He was a non-family member who was involved, just listening and everything. So it's very. I need to reread this. I haven't read it in years. So go and celebrate Pet Sounds today by getting this out. If you have it, get your vinyl out. Get your vinyl on, and just listen to Pet Sounds. Just like, Brian Wilson said, listen at the end of Don't Talk. Just listen to the album. It's just so good. I can't praise it enough. Everybody else has. So I hope you enjoyed this little look into the Pet Sounds Sessions box set. And let me know what I can do for you. Hopefully we can do a review that you'd like to hear, or look into a box set, a book, of something you'd like to see. Let me know. Comment, send a Facebook message, email me. I would love to take up any offers and do any reviews that that anybody would like to request. So you guys have a great day, and let's get our Beach Boys on.